U.S. Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick was laid to rest today at Arlington National Cemetery. The president, vice president, and congressional members paid their respects to the fallen officer in the Capitol Rotunda, where he laid in honor since last night. Sicknick died defending the Capitol building and the lawmakers inside the building on January 6th during the Capitol riots. And while the Department of Justice lists more than 160 people charged with crimes, including violent entry and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, no one has been charged yet with Sicknick's murder. NewsNation's national political correspondent Dean Reynolds has more on what the FBI says about the case and the honors paid to Brian Sicknick before he was laid to rest. Dean.
Marnie, it's been almost a month since the attempted insurrection at the Capitol, but the consequences were made painfully clear today as one of those police officers who defended the seat of American democracy against the mob was memorialized as a hero. Late last night, the remains of U.S. Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick were carried to the Rotunda to lie in honor, a rare occasion in a place where mostly fallen presidents and high-ranking dignitaries have been venerated. The president came to pay his respects last night, the vice president today. And then the leaders of the Congress the officer once protected had their say.
Each day, when members enter the Capitol, this temple of democracy, we will remember his sacrifice and then others that day who fought so hard to protect the Capitol and the Congress.
Officer Sicknick was a National Guard veteran from New Jersey who served tours in the Middle East and whose dream was to become a police officer. He had been on the Capitol Hill force for 12 years when, on January 6th, a mob attacked the building where he worked.
In the face of lawlessness, Brian Sicknick paid the ultimate price to uphold a solemn oath. He gave our nation the last full measure of devotion.
But it remains unclear how the officer died. There's been no official report from the medical examiner, though early accounts said he may have been hit in the head by a fire extinguisher, like the one allegedly tossed at the police by retired firefighter Robert Sanford, who's now under arrest. The FBI is reportedly questioning dozens of people in connection with Sicknick's death one day after he engaged with protesters. His father told the Reuters news service that Officer Sicknick was pepper sprayed and injured during the riot. Local police are investigating the fatality as a homicide. Who incited the mob is the subject of Donald Trump's impeachment trial due to start next week. House Democratic managers say the former president is to blame, citing his baseless claims that the election he lost was stolen from him, and his exhortation to his supporters on the day of the riot to go to the Capitol and fight like hell. Precisely the kind of constitutional offense, the Democrats argue, that warrants disqualification from federal office. But defense lawyers say the trial is unconstitutional since Mr. Trump is no longer president and is thus outside of the reach of Congress. Acquittal seems likely since 45 Republican senators last week supported a measure which agreed with that defense position. But the question of who bears responsibility for what no longer matters to Brian Sicknick, nor do the deep divisions in the nation that honored him today. The officer's remains left the Capitol this afternoon, bound for burial later at Arlington National Cemetery. Officer Sicknick was 42 years old. He is one of only 5 private citizens in the history of this country who have lain in honor at the U.S. Capitol.